Marketing and sales are separate functions within most organizations, and they don't always work in harmony together. Marketing often blames the sales force for its poor execution of an otherwise brilliant marketing rollout strategy. The sales team blames the marketing department for being out of touch with customers' demands, poor quality leads, outdated marketing materials, and lack of awareness of competitors' superior offers. Conversely, marketing will blame sales for their inability to follow up and close good qualified leads and lack of understanding of products sold. Plus, sales is way too focused on individual customer demands, rather than looking at the whole market and taking into consideration future trends that may affect the industry. In short, these two groups tend to undervalue their contributions rather than build on them to create team synergy. When marketing and sales are not aligned, revenue and employee morale suffer. Conversely, when they work well together, we see significant improvement on key performance indicators ranging from shorter sales cycle, lower cost of sales, faster conversion rate, better market data sharing, higher employee morale, and greater customer satisfaction. A Harvard Business Review study revealed that companies that contacted potential customers within an hour of receiving the lead were 7 times more likely to connect with a decision maker than those who waited 2 hours or more, and 60 times more likely than those who attempted after 24 hours. Web leads have a short lifespan, response time matters. This study highlights the fact that marketing efforts, generating leads, work best when sales teams, close the deal, work with a sense of urgency and purpose. There are 2 significant reasons why marketing and sales struggle to work together. One economic reason: senior management allocates a yearly budget to the marketing and sales department. The marketing department spends its budget on pricing, promotion, and product. The marketing group sets the pricing in a specific way that will allow it to meet its revenue goals, and sets pricing guidelines and instructs the sales group to sell the price as opposed to lowering the price to make more sales. Salespeople, facing market reality and intense competition, often recourse to reducing the price as an incentive to meet customer demands, facilitate negotiations, shorten the sales cycle, and speed up the decision-making process. The marketing group has the power to set pricing guidelines. However, the sales team ultimately decides on the selling price. The vice president of sales often reaches out to either the senior vice president of finance or the CFO for pricing consideration and price exceptions when the requests are below marketing-specific guidelines. This ability to override marketing pricing guidelines often creates friction among these groups. Promotion cost: marketing groups spend money creating ads and promotions on different social media platforms, billboards, and television advertising to generate customer awareness, create interest, build preferences, and invoke a desire for the product. The vice president of sales often feels that television ads and billboard advertising rarely produce value, and when they do, they often cannot be measured. A better investment would be increasing the size and quality of the sales force, and its impact is usually measurable and immediate. Product: most product releases come with some level of needed improvement. Salespeople's job is to sell the product as it is rather than how it should be. Salespeople often sell a promised outcome to their customers, and they are expected to deliver on it. Customers get irritated when the product lacks some needed features, has a poor design, or fails to achieve the outcome that was guaranteed by the sales rep. Dealing with angry customers, major escalations, buyer's remorse, and having one's personal reputation tarnished is often a subject of great frustration for salespeople. Salespeople's worldview is often shaped by the needs of its customer, while the broad appeal shapes marketing's worldview. Budget contention reasons: budget issues are always contentious. Marketing requires considerable economic powers to buy space to promote the company brand and its business solutions value. Most of its impact is intangible and long-term, while an investment in the sales group can generate a tangible, short-run effect on the company bottom line. Salespeople view their marketing counterpart as bureaucrats sitting behind a desk, surfing social media, and using predictive analytics to gauge marketing project performances. Salespeople see themselves as doing the hard lifting, field prospecting, presenting, overcoming obstacles, building relationships with their customers while testing and evaluating the product appeal and areas of deficiencies. It is easy to see why these 2 distinct groups have difficulty working together toward a common goal. 2. Compensation plan. Part of the reason why marketing and sales act as rivals rather than partners lies in their planned compensation structure. The sales organization should design compensation plan incentives that align marketing and sales toward the achievement of specific goals that enhance productivity. The company goal achievement is the ultimate goal. Therefore, these incentives must be laser-focused on the products that the company wants to sell. Salespeople compensation plan. Salespeople are driven by their sales quota to achieve bonuses and keep their job. They are masters at working the sales compensation plan and become extremely analytical when it comes to maximizing their ability to make money by taking advantage of any loopholes in the compensation plan. Compensation plans that are non-performance driven are horrible because they diminish competitiveness, lower production, and spur complacency. Comp plans that promote individual overperformance are excellent for morale as they compensate the individual according to productivity, rather than being part of a team that performs well. A good comp plan should allow top performers to make ridiculous money, to ignite other sales reps to increase their performance intensity to overachieve. The comp plan should be as simple as possible. If you work hard and are super committed to overproduce, the company will pay you extraordinarily well. Sales reps who barely get by should not be allowed to stay around these hungry, committed super producers. Underperformance tolerance should be banned. On the flip side, the company must find a way that allows marketing folks and sales folks to get compensated for working together as a united force to meet or exceed company objectives. You would probably agree that paying more for newly acquired customers is worth more than paying for maintaining an existing customer. Now, don't get me wrong here. Keeping and growing your existing customer base is vital. However, sales effectiveness is the ability of the organization to capture new dollars. Paying higher commissions for new sales should be encouraged. Sales hunters, business development sales reps, should be compensated differently than sales farmers, account managers. Part of the reason that sales organizations struggle to acquire new business is because the comp plan doesn't motivate sales reps to push hard to acquire the business. Salespeople are often compelled to lower the selling price on their products to meet quota, while the marketing group would lament that the sales group is not selling effectively and shying away from selling higher margin products bundles. Salespeople are paid a commission immediately upon selling, installing, and activating a business solution. Marketing folks enjoy a higher salary and discretionary bonus when the group meets company goals. The marketing budget is allocated to specific company programs, not necessarily to people, and to complicate the matter more. Marketing compensation plan. Marketing is all about influence. But it's tough to measure the latter. For example, a sales rep closing a lead provided by an existing client. While word of mouth is the best referral type, the signing customer may have done some research on the products by reading company reviews, online marketing material, and blog posts to make the right choice. In this case, sales will get credit but not marketing. Marketing and sales are vital forces that complement one another and should work closely together for the greater good because they cannot survive separately. Scalable good marketing strategy and execution can provide the necessary support to help sales attain its objectives. Marketing creates customer awareness, initiates desire, customizes native content, and sends important communication that moves customers to action. Several studies have demonstrated that marketing and sales interactions within many significant corporations are minimal at best and often awkward. Sales marketers' responsibility is to craft messages that the buyer can identify with and say, "Yeah, that's me." Most corporations have separate goals for marketing and sales, rather than one common collective goal. Instead of having team performance goals, these companies should have division performance goals. All units of production should work to accomplish one goal: company revenue objectives. After all, the company is one unit of output. All its departments rise and fall together. Factors contributing to the discord between marketing and sales. 1. Poor communication. The irony is that sales and marketing's significant strength is communication skills. These groups often fail miserably to conduct a productive dialogue and establish an interdepartmental communication model that promotes understanding and trust. 2. Budget. Allocated financial resources are always limited in nature and scope. The marketing group needs money to finance its programs. Sales needs money to hire and train new and existing salespeople, and it also requires a budget to incentivize and reward salespeople for exceptional performances. Marketing and sales executives' big egos and entitlement create friction, resentment, and group dissatisfaction. 3. Professional views conflict. Most salespeople feel that the marketing group is too broadly focused and often ignore local customer wants and desires. Conversely, marketing people perceive salespeople as having myopic views as they focus on individual customer wants rather than broader market. 4. Professional differences. Marketers tend to be analytical, factual, methodical, and strategic in their approach to achieve specific goals, while salespeople are primarily focused on building long-term relationships, engaging new and existing customers while closing deals. The marketing group and sales group priorities and approaches, while similar in some areas, are broadly distinct, leaving room for misinterpretation, misunderstanding, and occasional cultural clashes. 5. Pipeline misalignment. The marketing group's job is to build a growing, large pipeline of qualified leads. Salespeople's job is to close as many opportunities as fast as possible to meet their quota and achieve their bonuses. Salespeople often complain about the poor quality of leads or shortage of lead flow. Marketing group often blames salespeople for poor follow-up, slow reaction to reach on leads, and dismissal of qualified leads within less than 2 attempts. 6. Strategic misalignment. According to a Marketo study, at least $1 trillion is lost annually due to misaligned sales and marketing strategies. Mismanagement of leads often slows the process down, creates time waste, redundancies, process inefficiencies, and loss of opportunity. Most functional units within companies, finance, marketing, sales, legal, work toward the accomplishment of their own goals. This strategy often focuses on team and division wins rather than the whole organizational success. Internal divisional competition is well and good, if every division works in harmony with other business units to advance the company toward the attainment of its collective goals. For example, you cannot have a car run well when its engine cylinders run in different sequences. The power of the engine depends on the synchronicity of its collective parts. The same principle applies to corporations. All functional teams should work as one force that moves forward to achieve corporate growth by meeting their business objectives while aiding other cross-functional teams in attaining theirs as well. Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos and CTO Werner Vogels have implemented a method called the institutional yes. This idea generation system allows an employee to present to their manager any good idea deemed worthy of evaluation. The manager's default answer should be a yes, and if the manager decides to say no, then they're required to write a 2-page thesis explaining why it's a bad idea. By doing so, Amazon has created an environment where more ideas are being tested and implemented throughout the whole organization. Genuine company success requires the strength of all its essential divisions. A lack of harmony or weakness of some of its parts can lead to a failure of the whole system, just like a deadlift champion would exercise several muscle groups at the same time. For example, back, glutes and legs. A champion knows everything matters: good form, movement, hip width ratio. Any flaw can result failure. Company internal departments are interdependent of one another. For example, a sale that requires a price exception and a contract modification to happen will need marketing permission, finance approval, and legal assistance. Without the collaboration of these departments, the sale will never become a reality. Marketing and sales should work as a force of one. Departmental politics and personal rivalry should be identified, discussed, and eliminated to create the necessary synergy to meet goals and surpass the competition. A. Marketing and sales work interdependence requires harmony to achieve mutual objectives. B. Sales executives should generate a compensation plan that recognizes and rewards efforts and exceptional performances that contribute to the ultimate goal, company objectives. C. Aligning cross-functional teams to work as a force of one to deliver on the company goal will lead to revenue growth and employee satisfaction. If you like this video and want to see more like it, please subscribe, like and comment. Your input and support of my channel means the world to me. Thank you.